Grimith says, well, we still are looking for some work, so...
In that case, the best recommendation I have would be to... Bree has been on me just even a few days ago, once again asking if I have found anyone suitable to assist in her affair. I can pin you a suitable letter of introduction, which you can take with you to the Melchor estate.
Yes, I do believe it is time for us to head there and deal with this problem.
Perhaps there you will also find the answers you seek regarding your experiences on the Wild Wood.
Yes, perhaps.
The senator will unfurl another sheet of paper and begin quickly scribbling down an introductory letter, which he'll furl up and then hand to Leon, as he would be the closest.
Mm-hmm.
There. That should take care of it. You should be able to take that, and with that, get yourself an audience. If there is anything, and you hear, this echoes through the house quite a bit, a pounding at the front door. Senator stops and blinks. That was awfully loud. Viv! There's a brusque note of acknowledgement as Viv answers the knock. Then an alarmed cry as boots begin moving through the house.
Fargus will sort of rush out to see what's going on.
How many boots? Many boots.
Many boots, yes. There are 7 entrants, 6 members of the Foghaven Town Watch, and an aristocratic-looking man, one who is neither armed nor armored, carrying with him a scroll, and as you step in the way, he gestures magnanimously. Step aside, please. I have business concerning Carmilla Cabot. Your business here is thus concluded. He offers a serpentine smile.
I mean, we're not gonna... We don't know who this guy is. We'll probably stick around, though, until he's done, right?
Is there a certain lady in here?
Yes.
Is she? Where is she?
She's basically like hiding, like in panic, basically by the kitchen.
Okay, so she seems
what are you looking for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fargus will just sort of stand there and look at all the guards and
not move.
No. There's plenty of room to get by him.
Salvatore, the aristocratic man furrows his brows noticeably, and the town watch actually begins to move up towards Fargus. You
Yes.
might have misheard me. I said your business here is thus concluded. Perhaps you should find yourself to the front door. Maybe even grab a bite on your way out.
Fargus will sort of glare at him for a bit and then step to the side.
The town watch moves in past you, and you can hear emanating from the man, Carmilla Cabot, you are under arrest for duplicitous behavior unbecoming of a senator. You and the ruffians you hired have been accused of instigating the uprising that resulted in the loss of 4 lives and the destruction of private property. You are to be held in the town hall pending trial, and your thugs, wherever they may be, will suffer a similar fate should they ever return the Foghaven.
Ooh. So, time for us to cue the city? That we're looking at?
I mean,
the leadership's all in there, right?
You hear a spluttering of sounds, basically, coming from a very shocked and confused Senator Cabot.
Thomas will kind of whisper to Dwohurim, saying, I do feel like we should help her, but if we did, we would just make matters worse. It might be best if we just left rather quickly and then figured out what to do. This is not good.
The servant will actually rush over to Leon and clutch his arm and say, "You need to get out of here. Even if you stood and defeated all of them, you have to let Bjorny know. You have to let Bjorny know. He will know what to do."
Nonce.
We should really leave.
Perhaps our business here is concluded.
Yeah. Good day, sirs.
We
I'm not in-
lived here for many years, but
I'm not in the market of murdering guards.
I mean, these guys did seem like kind of assholes, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're supposed to be on the outside, right?
I mean, they're following orders. Well, all but one.
When the druids
Yeah,
come, they will defend it somewhat.
Grimith, the guards, were they like the disciplined, I'm just following orders people, or were they actually enjoying bullying, basically?
Like ruffians.
They were noticeably following in line behind Senator Crane.
Okay.
And you would have definitely heard the name on your way out. Cabot would have addressed him as Salvatore Crane.
Yeah. Not only a politician and a coward, but also a bully. The perfect guard captain. Oh,
Yeah.
Have you had experience with this kind of person before?
yes.
A priest, perhaps?
I like your thinking now. I like your thinking.
Would make me understand the prior
The
conversation.
priest was not who I was referring to. He was simply drunk and talking too much.
Oh, I see.
So what are we going to do about this? We need to do something.
We're going to talk to Bjorny, apparently.
Oh. Well, where is he then? Is he still at the tavern?
He's the tavern owner, right?
Yes.
Right.
He is the proprietor of the Rampant Badger.
If he's not there, we grab his wife. One of the two.
Grab her.
That'll make him get to us.
Just fucking
I
kidnapper.
Kidnap his wife.
I didn't mean kidnap, but I mean it would work. But
Just kidnap his wife and run away.
You would cost his wife.
Why did you do this?
I-
Well, it
I-
made you get to
Hey.
us, didn't it?
Bjorn, we need your
I
help.
meant more. I meant more like the wife would probably know where he is.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So,
like
as you head down the highway then and approach the intersection, you lock eyes with Bjorny standing outside the Rampant Badger. I have a token for Bjorny now. Chortling while he banters with a few customers. He lifts a thick arm and waves you over. Friends, don't be shy. Come over here and speak to old Bjorny.
Good day, Bjorn. We have urgent news to discuss.
He'll actually hold up a finger, and it's noticeable to all of you that his demeanor is, which is very friendly and jovial, is more of a facade now than anything else. My friends, if you will follow me, and he actually begins to waddle into the tavern. I've seen how heartily you drink at the bar. He expertly wades through the customers and into the kitchen. I'd like to show you my special selection.
Of course.
Very well.
I need a drink.
Home with this.
He opens a door into the cellar, gesturing you to follow him down a stone staircase into the Rampant Badger's basement.
Right.
Beneath the Rampant Badger, you see a myriad of casks, thoroughly catalogued and tidily stacked in neat rows. The dwarf scoffs. You can get that anywhere, but let me tell you what you can't get. He produces a key from a pouch, a silver ice pick, really, which he inserts into the nearby stone in the basement. A secret door hinges inward into a dark room, and Bjorny lifts up a lantern before looking back at you. Step inside, young ones.
Alright, yeah, sure.
Yep.
Step inside.
The room isn't much. It's actually got a coating of dust on it. There's a small table, It's got a number of wooden chairs by not particularly of fine quality, but sturdy enough. The key feature doesn't exhibit itself until Bjorny closes the door behind him, behind all of you. When he does so, you notice you can no longer hear the tavern activity above you. Completely silent, except for the sounds of your companions. An asset. One I rent on occasion. We may speak freely here.
Well, most useful, I guess. Yes, we bring urgent news. Senator Camilla has been arrested for something we don't know.
His brows lift. Carmilla?
Yes.
Supposedly having involvement in instigating what happened here. Supposedly.
Well, that's not true at all. I heard it all from outside the tavern. It wasn't her. She wasn't even involved.
Yes. Nevertheless, she is now arrested for it.
By a Salvatore Crane. It is likely simply a political power play.
That slimy, yellow-bellied worm!
I'm glad we have the same opinion.
I'm glad we have the soundproofing.
He fumes. He would not have had the authority. This has to have been an act from the entire Senate itself. He pauses. How much do you know about what happened here after you left?
We only came back a few hours ago.
Well, I was able to take Adric Locke, the boy, and his mother. I was able to, pull a few strings with a friend I have in Newport. Had them shipped there discreetly, to live new lives. Their father, his father, however, didn't make it. I couldn't get it to him in time, and once the mob found an empty household, they went fanning out in search of him. To his credit, he managed to kill 3 of them, I hear, in a rage after seeing his home burned and thinking that, I suppose, that his family was dead. But they captured him, bundled him up, and took him to the Wildwood, where they left him.
And I assume you saw the aftermath of him being left there.
I did not see it myself, no. I would have saved him had I been there. This is all conjecture stemming from the dozens of people who've heard a thing from someone who is there. What is known is that the man is gone, and that the three he killed are dead. And that Foghaven, as a result, has slipped a bit. The Senate has been in emergency meetings pretty much, as far as I understand, constantly since. Interviewing witnesses, summoning the guard. Foghaven doesn't have much of a standing defense force. It's primarily volunteers. But they were all outfitted to ensure that stability was maintained. I cannot imagine that Salvatore would have been able to do what he did, though, unless the entire Senate was in agreement on this. At the very least, Ursilia Melchor herself.
Well, this complicates things a lot. I'm guessing we need to speak with some of the senators.
I'm not sure that would be a good idea. It seemed like they wanted us as well.
Perhaps.
Bjorny's
Or
brows lift.
maybe they were they were referring to the mob and not to us specifically.
I think they were referring to us.
They're looking
I'm pretty
for
sure,
you
in
as
fact.
well. On what? And he looks over to the side. That's what she was doing. I understand what business you've had here now. Here.
Oh.
You owe me a story, at very least. Why don't you tell me what you've been up to since you arrived here in Foghaven?
Very well. Tell the story, I imagine.
Alright. Bjorny will listen. He'll actually pause the story at one point to walk out into the basement and like roll in like a cask and open that up.
Yeah, it's a pretty long story. Everything considered.
So then, it seems that you have multiple reasons for being interested in the Melchor family.
Yes,
Well,
most certainly.
at the very least, the senator is still alive, although all of her actions, or almost all of them that are public, are done through a descendant of hers, Bree Melchor, who oversees the entire estate, as well as appears in meetings in the town hall whenever the Senate comes together. I imagine, if nothing else, you arriving to perform this deed, and succeeding, would get you an audience with the senator, so that you might plead your... at the very least understand why Carmilla has... He curses again. Damn it, Carmilla, I told you settling here was a awful idea.
Sure. Frowned slightly. He's pretty sure he knows what this guy's asking us to do about the senator.
About the Senator Camilla Bjorny, why did she turn to a life of politics anyways? She doesn't seem quite fit for it. No
She's-
offense meant, of course.
She's not. It was... We used to travel. Years ago. She and I and some others, an adventuring party, like you, perhaps, who went across the world. We had a bad experience. We undertook a quest of our own to save some villagers who had been captured in the north. Unfortunately, we failed to save them, and we arrived too late to prevent their horrific sacrifices to the Dark God in question. We then had to put down their demonically possessed bodies. The failure changed her, and she no longer had a heart for traveling. I settled here out of desire to be close to her still, and I became the owner of a tavern to look after her. Frowns. I won't ask you four to do anything. You four have certainly accomplished more than Foghaven could have hoped for, but if you just leave now, I fear that... And he sighs. I'm actually not sure how to explain what I fear. The unknown?
I don't think we have any intention of leaving.
Not quite yet.
Well, I can offer you something at least that will help you. at the estate. 3 years ago, the Melchors had renovations done to their crypt, really their entire estate, after burglars had invaded, or attempted to raid it. I'm not sure whether they successfully made out with anything or not. Rumor says no, but it's never been clarified. At any rate, I managed to befriend some of the workers who renovated the crypt, and in their friendly, inebriated nature, they spoke of the traps which had been placed in the crypt to safeguard the dead, and I might have managed to learn a passphrase which would be used on those traps to allow the construction workers to walk past freely. This passphrase I offer to you in the hopes that it might help you. And he'll speak the passphrase.
Is the passphrase an actual word, or is it just a collection of sounds or something?
It's a collection of sounds. I don't have a word invented for it. We can call it teddy bear if you want.
Porcupine.
Marshmallow.
Kill the vampire
porcupine.
overlord.
Yes.
Alright, well that's something. I hope we won't have to go in there by force. I mean, really, we are there to solve a problem for her.
I would imagine... And then he frowns. I'm not actually sure. I've scarcely seen Hercilia myself. Almost all of my interactions have been through Bree. Pleasant sort, if you're into socializing with well-to-do individuals. I'm not exactly sure what problems they would have had, but necromancy, I understand, is never out of the question for nobles with too much time on their hands.
It's a very unfortunate pastime someone like to dip into.
Yes, well, it's not explicitly illegal within the Empire. It is permitted. Regrettably.
Damn fools.
And at least in this jurisdiction of Foghaven, there are no sanctions against it.
There certainly should be.
But perhaps that has something to do with the fact that one of the governors, the senators of Foghaven, is Hercilia Melchor.
Yeah. That might be the case. So, do you think we'll be able to just walk in there without any incidents? Or do you think they will try to stop us?
I think that you will be able to do that. I think that any problems you would have with the Melchors will not be ones you can see. They're the threats you can see.
Right.
Hercilia has
Demnera's
lived
size.
for over 200 years. She's the first citizen of Foghaven, respected and feared in this region. She has not lived for so long by being direct.
No.
At any rate, I don't have much of a reward to offer you as well, but if you would stay, you are welcome in the Rampant Badger for the rest of your lives.
Thank you, Björn. only the matter of taking care of undead is reward enough for me.
I am. I am.
Just-
I am
just knowing that
interested.
they're
In
gone.
finding, I'm interested in finding out what's happened up there as well. Never ends well with the dead walking.
I'd just like to get that drink you mentioned.
There we go, a man after my own heart.
I suppose we could all do with some relaxing. Maybe when it's all over.
Perhaps.
It's never over.
Indeed, Dwohurim has a point indeed. There is no telling whether your Ajax is how involved he is with all of this, but he says it would not be impossible for him to be playing as one of the old man of the forest. There are so many competing rumors and hearsay and nonsense from farmers and blacksmiths that I imagine a number of druids have been the old man of the forest throughout the years of Foghaven's existence. Ajax is merely chosen to play a role that gives him respect and credibility with the people.
How long have these rumors gone around?
Longer than I've been here. My understanding is that the bear in question is a number of decades old. I cannot say specifically. I've never seen it myself.
Alright.
We know for a fact that Ajax has only recently come to the side of the Wildwood.
Yes.
In that case, then, he might have just chosen to adopt a familiar form.
Or it's someone else completely.
Perhaps so.
No, we met him. It was him.
Yes, we met Ajax, but the old man of the forest might be someone else. Ajax might be
Perhaps.
serving him.
I doubt that man would serve anybody. His ambition is too strong for it.
Even if you're ambitious, you can still serve until you can take over for yourself.
So perhaps.
You know, with all this, I think I'll have a drink as well.
I suppose we'll need to make our way towards the estate.
As a player, I would just like to say, fuck this town. I mean, come on.
They are pretty screwed, but you know, we gotta kill Ajax, because this town is just the first one, and he screwed this one up so much. When we came here, it was perfectly nice.
And then we
Everything's
came.
messed up.
Except
And he did at the same time.
The story,
except for perhaps maybe the necromancer, like senator.
Coincidence?
the moral of the story is that trouble follows in the wake of the adventurers and
Yes.
travels before the player characters. It's like a trouble sandwich and you're in the middle.
It means that if we leave, things are gonna get worse. So.
I blame the god of adventuring that clearly watches over and makes sure bad things are always interesting.
There probably is a god like that.
See?
The god of mayhaps. Portfolio is adventuring, unexpected happenings, and trouble.
So, considering the entire town and all people of the Senate want us arrested, basically, what is our plan now going on?
Kill the undead. Then find the senator. I don't know. Do something with her.
Yeah, we could maybe, if she will probably be in a prison of some sort, and we could maybe talk to her.
Oh, I was thinking the one
Talk-
we're going to go
yeah,
help.
Oh yeah.
Talk to the because once we finish the mission with her, maybe she'll offer us a reward, and at the same time we can talk to her.
Yes.
I mean,
She's probably
she's
a
certainly...
lich.
Yeah,
She's probably
but
a
she
lich, and then we
certainly...
kill her, and then we're even more screwed.
What? We wouldn't kill her. Be like, so you
can't
want
kill
the
a
Druid
lich.
gone as well, right? Because you don't want this city to die.